GeoBarry back again. Here we are at the project. Let's see how far we've progressed since the last time we've been around. So we're at radiant stage now. So we're starting to lay all the radiant tubing. The radiant tubing is where we'll run hot water through it so that we can heat the home, give the whole home warm concrete floors, that concrete floors then transfers to the air. So they got a nice comfortable house with nice warm floors. So as you can see, we've ran 1/2-inch pecs, 6-inch centers, some of them a little tighter, but roughly 6-inch centers. Every space along the floor, we have radiant into zones built on per closable door rooms. You can't zone a room that can't close. Now, if you close the door, you may want to change the thermostat temperature within that room. So each set is set out into different zones for different areas. We're actually in the living room now, standing next to the entryway. All these pipes are brought back to a manifolds. We're in the process of putting all the manifolds together. We're not quite done here with all the radiant, but let's go look at some of these manifolds. All right, as you can see, all our 1/2-inch lines are being brought up in the wall. This will be a wall later on. We'll have a manifold system up here. Check our next episodes and you'll get to see what the manifolds actually look like. We've got the manifolds, 2 in this case, 1 on this side, 1 on the far side. Our main lines to supply and return are going to be brought up in the middle, switched to each manifold. All our zones, again, are brought back to each manifold. Each manifold has a flow meter and also has what's called an actuator. The actuator will open and close as the thermostat asks for it, so allowing the water into the floor to heat the room. So on that manifold, again, you'll have an actuator and you'll have a flow meter, so we can guarantee the flow rate through each one of those zones or each one of those circuits of water, so we can guarantee that there's a proper amount of BTUs or proper amount of heat delivered to each room. This is what we call a decoiler. We use this to roll out all our pipe. This is a 1/2-inch that's being set down on the decoiler, 1/2-inch pecs. We use this to roll out all our pipes to each circuit. She just spins right out of there. If you look down this hallway, you'll see our supplies and our returns for each one of our manifolds. Heading down, left-hand side and right-hand side, depending upon where the manifold location is for this floor or upper floors, is where those lines are being brought down. We've left the middle open because obviously we're going to put some more 1/2-inch pipe down there to keep this hallway nice and warm. So again, from the last time you were here, it looks a lot different. We've now started to bring that ductwork up from out of the ground. It's now coming up, cutting across, and going to the upper floor. We've got that ductwork in. We've now got the insulation down. We've got rebar down. We've got mesh down for each of those pipes to get strapped to. And it holds it all in so that when the concrete level comes in, all this stuff held below. When we get to the upper floor, you're gonna find that we actually staple it down to the plywood. Here, we're unable to staple it down to the plywood because we have styrofoam. So what we do is we use that 6x6 mesh and we actually strap it down with cable ties. So those cable ties, you can see we attach them to the mesh, cut the ends off, and that's what makes it so it can't come out of the floor. Concrete will be poured over top, and you'll never see them again. Let's head down to the mechanical room. You've seen it many times before, so let's see how we've progressed. All right, in the mechanical room, we now have all our supply lines from each one of those manifolds and our return lines. They're being brought across the floor of the mechanical room in front of all the geo equipment and ductwork that you've seen before. Next version, or next time you see us, hopefully we've got some concrete on here and we're starting to get ready to do our mechanical room. But if you followed the progressions and watched some of the other episodes, you'll see how that ductwork has ended up where it is now. But everything is meticulously put into this room in a specific place so that it shows up in a specific way so that in the end it looks really nice. So now, compared to last time, again, we have the mesh, we have the rebar, we now are getting our supply and return lines for our manifolds, and we've tidied up our ductwork into the proper locations. You can see we still haven't done our ground loops. That'll come later on. Once we've got some more construction in, we'll tie those ground loops in later, but they're still sitting there under pressure like they were the last time that you guys were here. With that, I look forward to seeing you on our next episodes when hopefully we've got some concrete in. We're on to the next level, the second level of this house, throw in some more radiant, go over some more of the ductwork. So stay tuned. Look forward to seeing you next time. This is GeoBarry saying think green, save green, make green.